Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis, and in this video, being as the mission is Breakneck, you are able to get a God mode glitch in here. Now, I have no idea how long it's going to be available, but I think there are challenges or something related to doing like a high level mission, so I recommend doing this before it gets patched. So, Breakneck is going to be one of the, I don't know how somebody figured this out, but you can get a God mode glitch. You literally won't die. Master difficulty, stand in the middle of everything, nothing's going to hurt you. You just have to get to the point where you do it. So if you're trying to solo flawless a mission, something I think you need to do at some point, this is going to be the easiest way to do it. Strand and Void Surge, you're going to have a Void Threat, and then Champion Foes, Barrier, Overload, Nonstop. Now I'm going to show you a decently optimal way to do this. Wish Ender for me works really well, barrier weapon, but whatever barrier weapon you want to use is up to you. Something like Arbalist, I know a lot of you are going to have that, probably going to work just about as well. It's going to be a special, so it should hit pretty hard. I'm going to want an overload weapon for champions, but also bring a sword. Now the reason I say bring a sword, because they're minotaurs, so between a sword, between shackle grenades, and anything you can do for crowd control, that is something I definitely recommend. Biggest thing about the sword is the minotaurs, you can stun them first with the overload, then when they run out of that first stun, you can pop them up in the air, and then you can switch over to sword, whale them down, finish them, should be able to kill them before they kill you. And if you're trying to go solo flawless on this thing, then that's probably one of the best ways to deal with the opening champions that you have to deal with. Once you get past kind of the opening section, which with some patience is not too bad, you can get the God mode glitch and then just finish it. Now, if you don't want to fall and die, that's pretty much the only way you're going to die. Outside of that, you can get to the end flawlessly. So, what I'm going to do is, I am running in here with Void, Melee, and Concussive Damper. So if anything gets close, I'm still probably going to die, but Concussive Damper, Void damage, most things are going to kill you anyway. This is on April 19th. A lot of things are still bugged right now, so if your audio is terrible, and if my voice sounds bad, I'm sick, by the way, so I apologize about that too. But any barrier weapon will do. Arbalist is probably second to Wish Ender. I just like Wish Ender because there's no ammo restriction on it, and there's a lot of stuff to shoot in here, so your call. You know, if you prefer to switch up if you want to go an overload bow, you could technically do that as well. It is an option. Then you could go with something along the lines of a little slower killing of the opening enemies that I show you. But then if you had something like Riptide with Chill Clip, if you had a Chill Clip fusion rifle, you could use that to stun the overloads, slow them down, and then kind of have a decent option for DPS as well. So got a couple of options, but that's kind of the main piece I wanted to show you. But master difficulty by myself, and the nice thing about this is, for one, you can get the high stat Thunderlord armor. Not entirely sure I think the armor is going to be amazing stats, because anything high stat I don't trust anymore. But the Ascendant Alloy, if you want to farm some Ascendant Alloy, you've been doing some crafting, you need some of those. There's not a lot of places to get that, so I do recommend, you know, doing this once or twice, get yourself a few alloys. So let's go in. I'm not going to do the whole mission, but I will show you the intro, and then the glitch, and I'll stand there and take the beating, clear out some ads, and then you guys can finish the rest. So here we go. Alright, so once you get to about here, find yourself some cover. This is where the range works. I mean, this is where Arbalist, this is where Wish Ender, something with a lot of range is going to work well, because these Cyclops are going to be far away, but the farther you are away, the less chance you have of being killed by the crazy. You're going to have 2 Hobgoblins. Just got to find the other one. There's one more. I know there is. You can even see him on the radar. He seems to have gone left. There we go. Alright. Now that those 4 are down, we're going to have 4 across the middle, 1 on the left, and then 2 in front of the doors. So, Hobgoblin apparently moved. Teleporting, it's fine. Everything's fine. So if you want to play this at range, just work from one side. See what can kill you. And this is why I do like Wish Ender right now. It just hits like a truck. It's an exotic primary. So you're going to be getting some possible heavy ammo drops if you need those. Just works pretty well. Now, in the doorways, you're going to have a couple down there. I'm not going to quite get to those yet. I'm going to work on the rest of these first. So I think it's 3 across the middle, 2 up on the top, and then 1 on each, 1 on the side. Oh. So I got to continue around the outer rim. I'm trying to do this flawlessly, so I want to see if I can show you guys kind of some of the safer ways to manage these guys. Hardest thing that's going to happen is there's going to be an overload and a wyvern, or a chicken, whatever you want to call them, out in the middle. And this will be just your first preview of what an overload's going to do to you, minus the thousands of shots coming your way. But it's the Overload champion who's going to be the worst part of this. So it's finding a way to manage him and draw him up here. Just takes a little time to tick him off enough. Those are the Cyclops in there. Now you might be able to kill the Cyclops before they actually drop. But it would make sure you've got cover in case the Overload's getting aggressive. He will at some point. Now sometimes he will run up here at me. Now here's where I can swing with my sword, and then if he gets unstunned, I'm going to throw a grapple grenade at the ground and then keep swinging. So that's why I bring the sword, is because I'm able to stun him first with the submachine gun. The sword will get me good damage, and I'm usually able to get more sword ammo pretty consistently. And then after that, sword will do the rest. We got 2 Cyclops sitting in the middle. Again, the nice thing about Wishender, when it pierces and hits multiple times, you're able to barely juke a Cyclops that'll ruin your entire video. But you hit him enough that one good shot, if you can hit him in that eye, you can pretty much get them to go crazy mode pretty early on. Okay, so that's phase 1. Now here's where you're probably going to need to do a little bit of baiting. So you're going to have a few ads over there, a few ads over there. Now if I can get that barrier champion to be annoyed with me first and stun him down. I'm also getting tagged from the other side. Keep knocking him outside of my view, which is not helping me. Okay, you're really killing me here, buddy. Now, if I did want to, always gotta wait for the shield pop. I could probably throw my shackle grenade and pop him into the air. Would make things a little easier. I'm just trying not to get too close. Okay, he is down. On this side, you are going to have one more hobgoblin, and over there, you're going to have one more. So if you push up enough, you're going to get the next set of things to spawn. It's the wyvern in here that's terrible. He's going to spawn right back there. I'm going to throw that just to slow him down, get out of range. Now, I want to see if this door opens. At some point, that door will open, but if not, things are going to be really annoying in here. So you're going to have to find a way to retreat back. And just be ready to run is all I can tell you here. If you're trying to do this flawlessly, be ready to run pretty much as quickly as you can through this area. Because when that stuff starts finding you, then it gets a little crazy. It's the Wyvern and the Overload Champion. You need to pull back, find some range, and try and separate these two. And this is literally it. So the chicken, he's going to be hanging out. Now, if you can suspend the chicken, I know that is a weird sentence, but so is everything with chickens in this game. You can probably manage a little bit. But the chicken's going to hurt more. The overload is easier to manage. Right now I'm shooting the wyvern in the wings. See, if I can pull the overload out here, I'll do it. I don't know if he'll make it this far out, but he's the one I want out here. But mostly I just want this wyvern down because he will just absolutely delete you. A couple of those shots, especially with the Void Surge on, or Void Threat, I should say. And this is why Wishender works well. Any barrier weapon, again, if you got a pulse rifle, it's just going to be a slower process. It's fine. But I'm trying to make this video somewhat reasonably efficient. Now, I know I'm not alone, but I also know I've got an Overload Champion. Same principles we did before. We're going to pull him out into a place that's somewhat safe. You might just shoot a few shots to pull him. See if you can get him to visually come to you, like literally making noise. There we go. Now I want to pull him around a pillar and get a nice easy place to stun him. Same thing, I'm going to grenade, pop him in the air, and then now, when you swing in the air, it does get a little annoying. And you're good. Alright, most things are down, just don't get too aggressive here, and you should be good. And we're pretty much at the final glitch, too. Alright, now this side door is open, so I would recommend peeking out here, giving yourself a little range to work with. Because you're going to have a chunky Cyclops in there. Now there's also going to be, I don't know if it's a barrier champion or just a hobgoblin up there, but he is going to hurt. Be careful. I do feel like there's something else in here, because I didn't kill it all. Alright, well, that's kind of the opening. I feel like there was either a hobgoblin or barrier champion or something up here too. But when you get to this point, this is all you need. If you can make it here flawlessly, the rest you can do on your own. So I'm not going to play through the whole mission.
Just so we're clear, if the Cloud Arc is
but I am going to show you guys you don't need that. All you got to do is run over here. And right when you would pick up the Strand buff, you get right next to it, wait for all the voice dialogue, but do not pick it up. So just like hang here. La la la. Voice dialogue going on.
Should we get a closer look?
The weirdest bug. And the only reason I can think somebody found this bug is that they were like, okay, I've got some ammo back here. Let me go grab some ammo. That's the only reason why you would come back. But what you do is you come back and you wait for it to show that you're in the Lemming Harbor. Basically, you're doing a zone change. And shout out to Cheese Forever or Esoteric or whoever found this thing first. They definitely have videos on it, but it's finally come back around and I caught it, so I wanted to show it to you guys. So Lemming Harbor, you've seen it. Now, you just go on as usual. You'll even pick up the Strand buff. My grenade will stay the same, so you're not going to get your grapple, so just make sure you don't fall. But you actually should be able to fall and still keep the buff. So we're going to pick up the buff. And again, if you're trying to do it flawlessly, just don't fall. But it's not too bad. The opening section is done. Flawless there. And then let the fun begin. Because once you're in here, I will show you the part that looks like it would be absolutely brutal on Master Difficulty. You can just stand in the middle. So you can refill your ammo if you want to. But yeah, I'm going to stand in the middle of a ridiculous amount of guys. And I'm going to be fine. Notice my health up at the top. Nice clean health bar. Not moving. And I am in the middle of absolute chaos here. So this is it. And this is why I recommend a sword, just because it's one of those, like, kind of ammo-efficient things, but in close proximity, you're like, oh, it's going to be really tough. But guess what? You can get close to everything, so it's probably one of the most ammo-efficient heavies that you're going to be able to use. It's ridiculous. I fully agree that this is absolutely a cheese, 100%. But I'm definitely going to tell you, if you're trying to knock out this Triumph, and you're just, like, not normally a solo person, or you're just in need of some ammo, or alloy, sorry. And this is a good place to get yourself some ammo. I keep saying ammo. Alloy. If you need the Ascendant Alloy especially, this is one of the few places to get it. And you can get all of it that you want. We got champions now, hence why the overload's good, but also the sword works just to make those a bit more manageable. You'll have unstops later on. Your shackle grenade will allow you to work those down kind of in a bit more of a reasonable fashion. And other than that, I'm running Void in here just to get, hopefully, heavy ammo dropping more frequently. And you'll just keep running through this thing. You'll deal with champions. I got a barrier over there, and you'll run through the whole mission flawlessly. So if you don't fall, and basically it's the point, there's only a few places where you can fall, so just check your jumps where you're going to go. Other than that, that is a wrap on this one. So I'm going to go finish up the mission. We'll see if I get something at the end, and we'll wrap it up once I'm done.
Get out of here fast. I found a way out. We're going up.
Alright, so once you've killed the Tormentors, you should be to the end of this thing. You don't need to worry about the Scorpius. You can just kind of run by all of those. Gets a little crazy with them all shooting at you, but you don't have to worry about them, which is good. What's this section that throws me off? Like every time I'm in here... Yep, there you go. Like, for whatever reason, when you do this glitch, the timer also doesn't seem to be an issue, which is nice, but I feel like that's part of whatever's being glitched out.
Keep going up. Up.
I think you have a timer in this section, if I remember correctly, but maybe not. We are almost there. Once we're up here, to this side, we're going to exit to the right. That one's pretty easy kill. Got to jump up a level. And you're out. Now, I did intentionally go use an Ascendant Alloy just to make sure I actually had space for one. I have no idea if I'm going to get one. I got one on my last run, so I know it's not a guarantee. But we'll see what we got. 30 minutes, though. You can do a master mission, get a chance at Ascendant Alloy, and you can do it solo flawlessly because you're invincible for most of the mission, as long as you can do the intro. So if they can finish talking, we'll see if we get anything good.
Don't listen to him, Guardian. He's just grumpy that he didn't find it first.
Power's returning to the Cloud Arc. Great work, everyone. That's what I call a well-earned win.
And I got some boots. 225 mission rank. Complete a weekly campaign mission on Lightfall. That was a Guardian ranks thing. I got a 67. I'll be honest. It was higher than I thought it was going to be. The mobility doesn't help me, but the spikes are not terrible. So if you're looking for some armor, I wouldn't guarantee that this is ever going to be high, but you have a shot at something reasonable, apparently. So that is a wrap. Let's get back to orbit. We'll finish this up. Alright, so that is a wrap, and also that apparently takes care of a piece of my journey I was working on, because I was literally just having to run those weekly missions a couple times, so I got that one done. But the big thing is, you do get a chance at Alloy. I had space, so I wanted to be sure, but I did get one on the first run. I know some people are having good and bad luck on the farming of Alloy. You don't need it often, but it's nice to be able to at least get a little extra or get stocked up while you can. Did get some decent armor, so if you guys are looking to farm something solo, got about 30 minutes. The weekly mission, when it is Breakneck, as long as this glitch is still a thing, go check it out. You can do it on Master, get the highest rewards possible, and hope for the best. If you guys do this one, you got a good loadout you enjoyed using, drop that in the comments below. This just seemed efficient for me between managing the overload champions and having a good amount of ammo for basically the entire run. So, thank you guys. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, leave a comment with your builds, and if you're new, please hit that subscribe button, hit the alert bell. Helps my future videos make it to you guys, and you guys know more will be coming. Have a great one. I'll see you soon.